heists used to be synonymous with painstaking planning, high-risk break-ins, and even tunnel-digging operations that endangered innocent lives. In the past, robbers needed not only a solid plan and the right tools but also nerves of steel to force their way into banks. However, a new breed of criminal emerged, one who harnessed the power of computers and hacking to strike where least expected. This is the story of a mastermind who stole a staggering $55 million from New York ATMs. Rather than using brute force, he orchestrated his scheme digitally, turning the entire bank's network against itself. After his audacious success, he spent his ill-gotten gains on lavish properties, luxurious cars, yachts, and everything his heart desired. Born in 1981 in the Turkish town of Kastamonu near Ankara, Arjan's early life was anything but easy. Raised in an environment of poverty and instability, he faced hardship from the moment he was born. His mother, plagued by illness, struggled to care for him, while his father's explosive temper led to frequent violent outbursts over the smallest disputes. Growing up in such a fractured family, Arjan longed to escape the cycle of abuse and despair. Despite his best efforts to immerse himself in school life, the constant turmoil forced him to leave his studies at an early age, around 14 or 15, leaving him with little choice but to seek work to survive. In October 2006, the world of cybercrime welcomed a new talent. Arjan, already learning the ropes from his days at an internet cafe and a local bar, was introduced to a notorious Russian hacking group. This wasn't an ordinary collective, these were experts in digital infiltration, specializing in high-stakes financial heists. Under various aliases like Predator, CGT, and Orion, Arjan quickly proved his worth. His very first operation, executed with precision, involved obtaining sensitive bank account details from an unsuspecting American and siphoning off $500 from a credit card account. Though modest by later standards, this success was the catalyst that pushed him deeper into the digital underworld. Every hack sharpened his skills, and soon he became an integral member of the group, laying the foundation for more audacious schemes. Emboldened by early wins, Arjan began orchestrating larger-scale operations between 2010 and 2013. His target? The digital arteries of modern finance, major payment processing companies that acted as the backbone for electronic transactions. By infiltrating these systems, Arjan and his team could access, manipulate, and control credit card data. Their method was as ingenious as it was insidious. They would obtain personal details of high-ranking employees from these companies, sending them seemingly benign attachments, often disguised as job applications or routine documents. Once the files were opened, malicious software would silently compromise the company's network. The results were staggering. In 2011 alone, the team executed more than 15,000 ATM withdrawals from cards linked to a major processor, netting roughly $10 million. Bolstered by that success, in 2012 they targeted another company responsible for prepaid cards, adjusting withdrawal limits and orchestrating 5,000 transactions across over 20 countries to seize an additional $5 million. The climax came in 2013, when they hacked into the system of a leading global payment company, MasterCard. By printing plastic cards with the stolen data and coordinating a synchronized withdrawal operation, they managed to extract $40 million in a single, meticulously planned day. This chapter of Arjan's life was defined by technical brilliance, relentless planning, and a cold calculation that turned digital vulnerabilities into vast sums of illicit wealth. With millions now flowing into his account, Arjan's life took on an opulent new hue. No longer confined to the struggles of his early years in Kastamonu, he indulged in every luxury imaginable. He purchased 4 upscale duplexes in Istanbul, a stunning villa in Bodrum, and even acquired an entire building in his hometown. Not stopping there, he established his own transportation company, complete with a fleet of buses, and invested in yachts and a sprawling animal farm. Aryan's penchant for excess extended to every detail of his life. He kept secret stashes of cash in bags hidden away for emergencies, and on one fateful trip to Romania, he even carried a bag filled with $100,000, so determined was he to never run out. His wealth became both his shield and his pride. Flaunting his riches online, he routinely posted videos and photos of his extravagant lifestyle, further cementing his reputation among the cyber underworld. Yet this very ostentation would soon lead to cracks in his meticulously built empire, setting the stage for the inevitable downfall that followed. As the high-profile cyber heists escalated, the pattern of millions withdrawn from ATMs across New York and other major cities could no longer escape the watchful eyes of law enforcement. Federal agencies, most notably the FBI, began piecing together the digital breadcrumbs left behind by the increasingly audacious cyber criminal network. Surveillance footage from several ATM locations captured a masked individual in the act of withdrawing vast sums, and forensic experts later linked the suspect to a wider group operating from multiple continents. With each intercepted communication and recovered file, the authorities built an intricate picture of a sophisticated criminal network. For the first time, the invincibility of the digital realm was challenged by relentless international investigation. Under mounting pressure from coordinated investigations, the members of the hacking collective grew desperate. Recognizing that every byte of data was a potential liability, Aryan and his inner circle issued urgent orders to delete all evidence that could tie them to their elaborate schemes. In a series of frantic internal messages, his team scrambled to erase logs, purge stolen databases, and dismantle the digital infrastructure that had fueled their operations. Despite these last-ditch efforts, several key associates were apprehended during coordinated raids, each arrest yielding critical information. The fallout from these captures sent shockwaves through the network, and realizing that his freedom was under imminent threat, Aryan made a bold decision to leave Turkey behind. In a bid to start anew, he set his sights on Germany, convinced that a change of scenery might allow him to vanish from the increasingly relentless grasp of international law enforcement. In December 2013, the calculated risk of fleeing paid a heavy price. While en route from Turkey to Germany, the international net of investigators closed in on December 19, 2013, near Frankfurt Airport. German authorities intercepted Aryan at a hotel room. The arrest was swift. He was found with €14,000 in cash, a luxury Rolex watch, a high-end mobile phone, and forged documents. A subsequent search of his laptop uncovered a trove of damning evidence, detailed records of millions in illicit funds, internal communications mapping out complex ATM withdrawal schemes, and even digital traces of his lavish lifestyle flaunted on social media. This overwhelming evidence left no room for doubt about his central role in the high-stakes cyber heists. Aryan's capture not only marked the dramatic end of his reign as a digital mastermind but also set in motion an international legal battle that would eventually lead to his extradition and prosecution.